Colorado High School Activities Association Baseball is on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. This morning from Berthoud High School, it's another league clash as the visiting Brush Bee Diggers take on the Berthoud Spartans. I'm John Beltran, and we're going to get this game underway a little bit early. And for every hitter, we assign a baseball movie quote. We'll let you know how this works towards the end of the game. And for the leadoff hitter here, Ty Griffith from Pride of the Yankees. Today I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. Swung on and drilled into the right center field gap on the very first pitch of the game. Griffith is around first, headed for second. He should have an easy triple. He's rounding second, going for third. And Ty Griffith with a triple for the Bee Diggers. That's going to make perhaps our play of the game. There from Griffith, a solid shot into the right center field gap. We'll get to the Bee Diggers starting lineup, brought to you by Buildings by Design. Bee Diggers coming off a 6-5 victory over Prospect Ridge Academy. And that's the way you want to start this game. Wind in the pitch. Fastball's a strike to Percy Odell. Yeah, you can't hit the ball any harder than Griffith did there. From the right-hander, Adam Hayes. And the pitch. Fouled off the catcher for the Bee Diggers. Batting third is Nate Tyne. Tanner Ludgate is the cleanup hitter. The fifth hitter is Joshua Lancaster, followed by Hunter Proctor, Logan Mesh, Edgar Ortiz, and Cale Stegner. The pitch, swing and a miss, and a fastball running up and in. Odell strikes out on 3 pitches. And there's one down. All right, and his movie quote was, "We're not athletes, we're baseball players," for Mr. Baseball. Now, Field of Dreams for Nate Tyne. You guys are guests at my car, and swung on and fouled off to the left. Again, we'll explain this along the way because the fans will be benefiting from this. This is a chance to win free concessions. Well, I will take care of you, and then you'll have a voucher. And the pitch to Tyne. Swing and a miss on a fastball riding in there. No balls and 2 strikes. Game number 7 for Berthoud, number 6 for Brush. The Spartans at 2-4, the Bee Diggers at 1-4. And the offering. Swung on line, base hit into center field for Nate Tyne on an 0-2 pitch. Here comes Ty Griffith, and the Bee Diggers at the top of the first inning lead 1-0. So anytime a Bee Diggers does something productive, they land on the final list of what could be the play of the game. We'll have the top 3 kind of like they do in hockey, and then we'll have our baseball movie quote of the game, and then we'll let you know how you can get involved. Here is Tanner Ludgate from the right side. And the offering. Fastball is outside. Trent Jacobs at first base for Berthoud. Elisha Mosher at second. Caden Kettle at third. Connor Jorgensen's the shortstop. We'll get to the rest of the lineup momentarily defensively. The pitch, swing and a miss, and a fastball above the letters. And the count levels at 1 ball and 1 strike. Let's see who they've got in left. That's Brandon Wagaman is in left. And the pitch, swung on and grounded right off the pitcher. It's picked up by Hayes. Throws to first for the out. Hit hard by Tanner Ludgate, but he's retired. 2 down. And the second is Nate Tyne. Here is Lancaster. Quote for him. Well, we had "You're right, don't talk to them" for the previous hitter from 61. I'm just happy to be here from Bull Durham for this particular left-handed hitter. Second lefty in the lineup following Nate Tyne. And Lancaster steps out. We'll get to some numbers here for the Bee Diggers coming up momentarily as well. The stretch. And the offering. Runner was bluffing. It's way outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Temperature at first pitch at 59 degrees. 59 here in Berthoud. Adam Hayes looking back to the plate. Fastball is upstairs. He's got some heat on that fastball. Mislocation, 2 balls and no strikes. Both teams are dressed in white uniforms. You rarely see that the same exact color. White pants for Berthoud, gray pants for the Bee Diggers. Swing and a miss through the fastball right by the swinging Lancaster. 2 balls and 1 strike. The Bee Diggers with a 1-0 lead. Ty Griffith began the game with a triple on the first pitch. And then a base hit from Nate Tyne on an 0-2 pitch. And the offering. Swing and a miss. Runner to third to throw. The slide, and he's going to be in there. It's a stolen base for Tyne. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Lancaster. Tyne a couple of steps off of third. The stretch. Adam Hayes, the righty, to the plate. A strike. Boy, that looked like a low strike, a very low strike at that. Called strike 3. It looked like it was well below the knees, but he's rung up. The Bee Diggers get a run on 2 hits, no errors, and a man left at third. To the bottom of the first we go. It is Brush 1, Berthoud coming to bat on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Sean Beltran back with you in Berthoud. 1-0 Bee Diggers and an RBI single from Nate Tyne. Here's the starting lineup for the Spartans. Batting first is the catcher Landon Kuntz. The right fielder Wyatt Barmas hits second. Adam Hayes, the pitcher, hits third. Connor Jorson, the shortstop, is the cleanup hitter. Jack McCray, the DH, hits fifth. Toby Fraley in center hits sixth. Elisha Mosher, the second baseman, bats seventh. Trent Jacobs will be hitting eighth. And the left fielder, Brandon Wageman, will hit ninth. For the Bee Diggers defensively, Edgar Ortiz is at first. Percy Otto at second. Nate Tyne is at third. Tanner Ludgate in between him at short. Wiley Eichers in left. The center fielder is Hunter Proctor. Cale Stegner in right. Behind the plate is Ty Griffith, and on the mound is Joshua Lancaster. And again, just trying to catch up with some of the numbers here that we'll get to you as the game develops. Now, for the Bee Diggers defensively, the baseball movie quote will be from Million Dollar Arm. Baseball is very hard. Anybody makes a play, they land on the list of the potential play of the game, and the fastball is a strike to the left-handed hitting Landon Kuntz. No balls and 1 strike. Berthoud brought back 5 of their 9 starters. The Bee Diggers only 1, and the breaking ball's down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Kuntz is hitting .278 on the season. Lancaster, middle of the rubber, delivers. A strike on the inside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here to Landon Kuntz. Kuntz, Barmas, and Hayes in the bottom of the first inning for Berthoud. Yeah, very little wind to speak of as well. And the offering. Breaking ball swung on and grounded to second. Percy Odell on the second hop throws to first for the out. And Landon Kuntz is retired. And that'll send up Wyatt Barmas. Only a freshman. And this kid is, well, he's had some good games, hitting .263. Right-handed hitter for Berthoud. Lancaster to the plate. Fastball is low. A ball and no strikes. Ty Griffith hit the first pitch of the game into the right center field gap and scored on Nate Tyne's single. Lancaster delivers. Swung on and driven in the air to left field. That one's got some carry to it. Back, still going back, and Eicher cannot get it. Might have misjudged it. It's over his glove. Around first into second is Barmas, headed for third. And there will be no throw. It's going to be a 1-out triple. It looked like Eicher misjudged that. He really didn't get a beat on that baseball whatsoever. And it turns into a triple. But that certainly is a very makeable play if you get a good jump on that ball. That'll send up Adam Hayes. The Bee Diggers got to do the little things right, as the infield will play in the first inning, leading 1-0, and Hayes is tearing it up, hitting .529. Lancaster delivers. Swing and a miss on a sweeping breaking ball. No balls and 1 strike. Well, and that's the thing. When you're playing on the road, depth perception is a lot different as opposed to all those fly balls you take at home. Lancaster at the chest level. The pitch. Fastball is upstairs, and the count levels at 1-1 strike. Edgar Ortiz at first, the second baseman Percy Odell, Nate Tyne at third, Ludgate at short, Eicher, Proctor, and Stegner left to right, and of course Griffith behind the plate. We already ran through that, but almost a refresher there. 1-1. The pitch. Breaking ball is just a little bit outside. Could have been a little high as well. 2-1 to Adam Hayes. 1-0 Brush, bottom of the first inning. B-Diggers looking for their second straight win. Hayes with a slightly close stance. Awaits the pitch, and here it is. That is just outside. Tried to paint the corner and missed. 3-1. Connor Jorison is on deck. Griffith gets the sign for the dugout. 3-1. The pitch. Swung on, hit in the air to center field. That's got major carry. Proctor is back towards the track. Makes the catch. Tagging up at third is Barmas, and the game is tied at 1 on the sac fly from Adam Hayes. And that'll send up Jorison, hitting .333. Yeah, at Berthoud High School, this is Jack Summers Field here in Berthoud. Righty against righty. And the pitch. That's a strike at the knees on the inner half. It's 0-1. To Connor Jorison, another one of those starters returning from last year. Lancaster kicks and fires, and the breaking ball is a strike on the outside corner at the knees. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. The base is empty. 2 down. 1-1. Brush and Berthoud, bottom of the first inning. And the pitch, way outside, backhanded by Griffith. Count moves to 1-2. Opening pitch today was brought to you by Equitable Savings and Loan. Borrow locally from people you know. Equitable has been providing personal bankers to help you through all the steps. Equitable Savings and Loan, and that's upstairs. Took something off at 2 balls and 2 strikes to the cleanup hitter, Connor Jorison. As beautiful a day as we've had this season. Of course, it's still early. The kick and the pitch. Swung on and lifted foul and had a play off to the right. The DH, Jack McCray, will hit next. The B-Diggers a year ago were 17-8, but graduated 8 of 9 starters, so this is a fresh start for Brush. Digging back in is Jorison. Lancaster gets a sign. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and fisted on the ground, foul up the third base side. That ball was tailing in on the hitter. And I don't know how Jorison got any bat on that baseball. It was closer to hitting him. Remains at 2-2. Here to Connor Jorison. Griffith again getting the sign for the dugout. And the pitch. And the breaking ball is up and in. Good pitch. Barely missed. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Sac fly in this inning. Countered the RBI single from Nate Tyne. That gave Brush a brief 1-0 lead. And the payoff pitch. Fastball is high. It's a walk to Jorison. That'll send up the DH, Jack McCray. McCray batting .143, limited number of plate appearances, 11 this season, but he was a starter last year. McCray is a junior. Well, and if you test Ty Griffith's arm, he's got a great arm. Not easy to run on that B-Digger catcher. Lancaster delivers. That's a strike on the outer half with a fastball. It's 0-1. The B-Diggers picked up 2 hits in the first inning. Berthoud did get a triple from Barmas, but that ball was a fly ball that Eicher just couldn't really spot initially in left field. The pitch, swing, and a miss through the fastball right by McRae. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1 on and 1 across for Berthoud in the bottom of the first inning. The stretch and the offering outside. Count moves to 1-2. Again, we'll have a baseball movie quote per batter. And then we'll tell you how the fans can get involved towards the end of the game, because it could earn you a complimentary hot dog at a future game. Swung on line, foul off to the right on a breaking ball. Count remains at 1-2 to Jack McRae. Yeah, this is a gorgeous day. I mean, this cannot get any better in Berthoud. We need more days like this. Off of first is Jorison. That's a sizable 3-step lead. The pitch outside. Lancaster working up the pitch count here. 24 pitches in the bottom of the first inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The stretch by the right-hander. The pitch. Fastball rides up and in. It's 3-2. Yeah, that first inning, especially on the road, is usually the toughest. You're not familiar with the mound. Once you get through that first inning, you can get into a rhythm. Jorison will be going from first on the 3-2 pitch. And here it is. Outside, it's another walk. Not even close. That'll bring up Toby Fraley, a senior, hitting 156. Another right-handed hitter for Berthoud. And Lancaster up to 26 pitches in his frame, something that he wants to reduce numerically, without a doubt. I mean, he's got to throw fewer pitches in the next 2 or 3 innings. If not, it's going to be a short outing. Fraley awaits the pitch, and here it is. And the breaking ball stays high. 1 ball and no strikes. They have one common opponent, Prospect Ridge, and Berthoud beat them 16-2. The Bead Diggers defeated Prospect Ridge 6-5. The offering. Swung on line towards center field. Proctor to his left, and he's going to drop the ball. It was in his glove, tried to make a basket catch. The trail runner to third to throw, and that's going to be late. That'll be scored an error on the Bead Diggers center fielder. No RBI. It's 2-1. The error on the center fielder for Brush, Hunter Proctor, looked like he had it, but I think he was unsure whether to catch that glove side up or glove side down, and it was right there, but Berthoud with a 2-1 lead. Unearned run allowed here by Lancaster. Here's Elijah Mosher. Another right-handed hitter. The pitch swung on and popped foul and out of play, so the Bead Digger outfield has certainly struggled in his first inning. 143 hitter is Mosher. One play that could have been made in left and another one that should have easily been caught in center. But again, you've got a lot of first-year starters, and that's going to happen in high school baseball. Runners at the corners. The pitch swung on and lifted foul and out of play off to the right. No balls and 2 strikes on Mosher. Off of third is McRae. Fraley at first. 2-1 Berthoud in the bottom of the first. The pitch. Fastball rides inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Nice crowd has really settled in on both sides. The offering. That's up and in. Took something off it. It's 2-2. Well, Lancaster's gotten ahead of a lot of hitters, but trying to put them away has been a different story. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on, and 2 across for Berthoud in the bottom of the first inning. The pitch. That is, just missed on a breaking ball, and the runner went to second. Fraley's in scoring position. That barely missed. That's as close as you can get. Now it's a payoff pitch to Mosher. Here it is. Not even close. That was high. Third walk of the inning issued by the right-hander. And here comes Tom Odell to pay a visit to the mound. 9 locations across Northeast Colorado at Rudy's Tires and Nebraska means there's always a location close by. Rudy's Tires brings you 10-10 preps and more every weekday. Visit rudystires.com for more. And Lancaster got that second out on that sac fly, but now has struggled to find the strike zone, and the bases are loaded. Of course, the air certainly didn't help either. Committed in center field, which has extended the inning. Well, we'll see if he pitches out of the windup or the stretch with the bases loaded and 2 down. The hitter is Trent Jacobs. Another left-handed hitter. Jacobs hitting .214, only a freshman. And the pitch. That's a strike on the outside corner. Nice location there. Nice spot for Joshua Lancaster. Out of the windup with the bases full of Berthoud Spartans. Lancaster eyes the target. And the 0-1 delivery. Swung on and tapped on the ground, foul along the first base side. 0-2. That's already heating up. I think I got to dodge the sweater here. No balls, 2 strikes. Lancaster 1 pitch away from minimizing the damage. Jacobs waving that bat for the left side. And the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, line foul over the Berthoud dugout on the third base side. One with a breaking ball there. Well, we could see an elevated fastball. Sometimes 0-2, you elevate that fastball, tough to catch up to. Let's see what Lancaster decides to throw, this left-handed hitter. The pitch, swing and a miss on a breaking ball in the dirt. And they're going to have to throw it all the way through, as Griffith does, to record the strikeout. And that does it here in the bottom of the first inning. Berthoud scores 2 runs. They get a base hit. There were 3 walks. There was an error, and the bases were left loaded. To the second we go. It's Berthoud 2, Brush 1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back with you. Let's head to the second inning. From Jack Summers Field in Berthoud. Berthoud leads Brush 2-1. Hunter Proctor will lead off. The baseball movie quote for him from Major League, win the whole thing. There was another word in there that we can't use on air. And again, the way this goes, if a bead digger, either offensively or defensively, does something productive, they get on the list. And we will have a baseball movie quotes of the game. Then all you have to do is email me 4 things. The baseball movie quote of the game, the baseball movie, the name of the bead digger attributed to that quote based on what they did, and your name. Your name, the bead digger name, the baseball quote, and the baseball movie. We'll get to that at the end of the game. We'll have a final 3 and then give you the number 1. The pitch, swung on and missed. A fastball riding on the inside half to Hunter Proctor. No balls and 1 strike. And the offering from Adam Hayes, a strike with a fastball down the middle. It's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. The pitch, breaking ball, is outside. Count levels, or check it, it's at 1-2. To Hunter Proctor, the starting center fielder for Brush today. The offering, that is a fastball on the inner half for a strike, called strike 3. And Adam Hayes has recorded another strikeout for Berthoud. And that is number 3 already. Here's Landon Mesh. Batting for the left side for Brush. The offering. Fastball tails. Wow. Boy, that's not a good call. That pitch was way outside. Yeah, you can't call that a strike. You cannot call that a strike. I mean, that's ridiculous. The pitch, that's way outside. There you go. The other one was outside. That's way outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mesh hitting .286. Hayes to the plate. Inside with a fastball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Berthoud leads 2-1. Now the movie quote for Mesh. From 8 men out, if you don't feel like you're going to live forever, the pitch swung on and fouled straight back. Cale Stegner's on deck. And again, you make the final list, the final 3, if you had a big impact on the game with an at-bat or a defensive play. And the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss through the fastball right by Mesh. Strikeout number 4 for Adam Hayes. That'll bring up Edgar Ortiz. His movie quote from Rookie of the Year, pitcher's got a big butt. That's, I didn't say it the way it was said in the movie, but one of the great baseball movie lines of all time. Ortiz batting .333, only a freshman. The offering. Fastball is down and away. 1 ball and no strikes. The base is empty with 2 down in the top of the second inning. Berthoud leads 2-1. The offering. Ooh, rides inside. Count moves to 2-0. No doubt that Adam Hayes has got a live arm. He really doesn't have to throw much other than that fastball because that fastball's moving, so it has the look of another pitch, and that's a fastball for a strike down the middle. Thigh high, it's 2-1. Hayes ready. Laying down the sign is Landon Kuntz. The pitch, outside corner for a strike. With another fastball, it's 2-2. Hayes is 1 pitch away from striking out the side. Fouled off to the right. Ortiz with a late swing, but he stays alive. We'll do another 2-2 pitch to Edgar Ortiz. And here it is. That is a called strike 3 on the outer half. That's a good-looking pitch. Ortiz strikes out. Hayes strikes out the side. As we head to the bottom of the second inning, it's Berthoud 2, Brush 1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the bottom of the second inning. Berthoud 2, Brush 1. And the Bee Digger quote defensively for this bottom of the second from Field of Dreams. People will come, Ray. From James Earl Jones. And here we go. It'll be the 9-1-2 hitters, Brandon Wegeman, Landon Kuntz, and Wyatt Barmas. Against right-hander Joshua Lancaster, who labored through 38 pitches in the first inning. He issued 3 walks. One of the runs he gave up was unearned. Did get a strikeout as well. Oh, here is Wegeman, right-handed hitter for Berthoud. And batting .444 the pitch. And that's a beauty on the outer half for a strike. No balls and 1 strike. And Lancaster looking for about a 12 to 15 pitch inning here to get back in the dugout and settle back in. The right-hander gets a sign, and the pitch swung on and lifted into shallow center field. Out goes the shortstop, and it's going to drop for a base hit. Nothing Ludgate could do there, and Proctor came in charging. It's a Texas leaguer for Wegeman. Hit off the end of the bat, a quality pitch thrown by Lancaster. It's just bad luck for the Bee Diggers. Here is Landon Kuntz, who grounded out to the second baseman Odell 1 inning ago. Two-step lead at first for Wegeman. The stretch and the offering. That bounces in. Nice scoop up there by Griffith. 1 ball and no strikes. Bee Diggers had the early 1-0 lead. Ty Griffith tripled. Nate Tyne with an RBI single. But they've had trouble making contact against Adam Hayes. 5 strikeouts for the right-hander for Berthoud in the first 2 innings. The pitch, a little bit low. Dropped by Griffith. 2 balls and no strikes. And Berthoud with a couple of wins. The Bee Diggers just picked up their first when they beat Prospect Ridge 6-5 on Thursday. 2-0 to Kuntz for the left side. The pitch, swing and a miss, and a ball tailing away. 2-1. Yeah, Lancaster might have gone with a little bit of a change there. 2 balls and 1 strike. Again, a very conservative lead at first for Wagaman. Lancaster chest level with a glove. The pitch, breaking ball. Wow, where did that miss? I mean, that looked pretty good from here. Where did that, I mean, if that's inside by a credit card. 3-1. Yeah, that's too tight of a strike zone. That should have been a strike. And the offering. Swung on and popped foul and out of play, off to the left. 3-2. Yeah, I'm not sure where the strike zone is horizontally. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out, bottom 2. Berthoud 2, Brush 1. Let's see, the runner takes off even though with nobody out. Nope. Swing and a miss and a bender. And Lancaster strikes out Kuntz. 1 down, second strikeout of the game for Joshua Lancaster. That was a gorgeous pitch for the right-hander. And here's Wyatt Barmas, who had that triple. It was misplayed in left field. Eicher got a really bad jump on the ball, then it went over his glove. The pitch, way outside. 1 ball and no strikes. 2-1 Berthoud, bottom 2. Lancaster gets a sign. Again, the same lead at first for Wagaman. The offering, swung on, that is popped up into shallow center field. Proctor got a very late jump, and he comes in, and he makes the catch, throw to first. That's a double play. No, safe. Oh, that would have been a double play, but Ortiz couldn't hang on. Oh, nice play by Proctor. That's going to make that list on that defensive gem. Oh, that was nearly a double play, but the ball was not handled at first base. The throw might have been a little bit wide. Just a tad wide, but there's 2 down. And here's Adam Hayes. Yeah, that ball was hit more off the end of the bat than Proctor thought, but he recovered nicely. Hayes had that sac fly in the first inning. The pitch, swung on, line toward center field. Proctor's coming into his right, and he's going to make the grab. We have played 2 innings from Jack Summers Field in Berthoud. The Spartans strand 1 to score. Berthoud 2. Brush 1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The Bee Diggers have got to figure out how to hit this hard-throwing right-hander, Adam Hayes. They trail 2-1 going into the 3rd inning. Cale Stegner will be the first hitter. Movie quote for him from the movie Moneyball: how can you not be romantic about baseball? And again, listen towards the end of the game. We'll have the baseball movie quote of the game. You send an email to John at necolorado.com, John at ne, like northeastcolorado.com. We'll reveal the top 3, but the number 1, you got to give me the number 1 with your name, the name of the Bee Digger, the name of the movie, and the movie quote. Those 4 things, and that'll earn you a complimentary hot dog to a future Brush home game. And again, I will take care of making sure that Greg and Vern have been compensated. The pitch rides inside to Stegner. 1 ball and no strikes. On deck is Ty Griffith. The pitch, swing and a miss, and a fastball tailing in. The count levels at 1-1. to Cale Stegner, the number 9 hitter for Brush. Swung on and fouled back. A ball and 2 strikes. Stegner hitting .143, but only 7 plate appearances. Griffith's baseball quote will come from the movie For the Love of the Game. The pitch, swing and a miss on a fastball tailing in. It's a strikeout of Stegner. That's 4 in a row for Adam Hayes. And tonight, I think I might be able to use that aching old arm one more time to push the sun back up in the sky and give us one more day of summer. For Love of the Game, this is for Ty Griffith, who had a triple and scored in the first inning. The pitch, breaking ball is a beauty. No balls and 1 strike. They're going to go with something different, knowing what he did last time. Hayes gets the sign. And the offering, and that bounces off the glove of Kuntz. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-1 Berthoud in the top of the 3rd inning on a beautiful Saturday morning in Berthoud. Hayes to the plate. Foul tipped off the catcher Kuntz. It's 1-2. Went with a riding fastball on the inner half. One ball, 2 strikes to Ty Griffith. 1 down, nobody on in the 3rd. Hayes taking his time. And now Griffith calls time. Well, that's what you got to do. If the pitcher's going to be off rhythm, then you got to step out as a hitter so you don't throw yourself off rhythm. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hayes has struck out the last 4 bead diggers. The pitch. Swung on and driven in the air into deep right center field, way back towards the track, and that ball takes a hop, and it's over the fence. It'll be an automatic double for Ty Griffith. He's now 2 for 2. That's another finalist, perhaps top 3 for Ty Griffith. Again, For the Love of the Game. That'll send up Percy Odell. His baseball movie quote from the movie The Natural. God, I love baseball. Odell struck out his first time up. Yeah, you can't throw a fastball to Griffith. He just destroys those. 1 out, 1 on. The pitch. Swinging a foul tip into the glove of Kuntz on a fastball. No balls and 1 strike. Nate Tyne has the only RBI for the Bead Diggers. He's on deck. A stretch. And the offering. That's right there. Fastball down the middle at the knees. Nothing wrong with that pitch. It's 0-2. Six strikeouts so far for Adam Hayes. Looks back at second. The pitch. Down and in to throw. The Griffith going to slide, and he's going to be out at third base. Boy, that is an excellent throw there by Landon Kuntz. Ty Griffith tried to catch Berthoud napping, but he was thrown out by quite the distance there. And now it's 1-2 on Percy Odell. Well, I can see what Coach Odell's doing, trying to generate offense any way he can with a very young lineup. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and the offering. Swing and a foul out of play over the backstop. Count remains at 1-2 to Odell. Hayes to the plate. Swung on and hit on the ground off the end of the bat. Charging is the pitcher. The throw to first by Hayes is in time. Odell is retired. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and the bases left empty. 2.5 are in the books. It's Berthoud 2, Brush 1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Berthoud leads 2-1 in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Connor Jorrison, Jack McRae, and Toby Fraley for the Spartans. Let's see the Bead Digger quote defensively for this one from the rookie. You tell me right now, Jimmy Morris. That's the baseball quote for the Brush defense in this bottom of the 3rd inning. Somebody makes a play. We've already had one the last inning made by Hunter Proctor. And again, at the end of the game, and we do have a cap on it, no more than 10, but we tried this with Fort Morgan earlier this week, and we did get a couple that got the baseball movie quote, the movie, the name of the player, and then their own name to complete the process. Very simple at john@necolorado.com. That pitch is down and away. 1 ball and no strikes to Connor Jorrison. He walked in his first plate appearance. Lancaster delivers. Breaking ball bounces in. It's 2-0. 2 runs on 2 hits for Berthoud, 1 run on 3 hits for Brush. The Bee Diggers with the game's only error. They've left a man on base. Berthoud has stranded 4. The pitch swung on and lifted to right field. Let's see, should be a routine play for Stegner to his left, and he makes the grab, and there's 1 down in the bottom of the 3rd inning. That'll bring up Jack McCray, who walked in his first plate appearance. Game starting to move along after a little bit of a slower first inning. Let's see, Griffith taking time, and now he's got the sign, and he lays it down. The pitch by Lancaster, way outside. Lancaster has thrown 53 pitches, nearly halfway to the limit of 110 if you have a minimum of 3 days rest. A ball and no strikes to the right-handed hitting McCray. The pitch swung on, hit off the end of the bat, foul, and out of play. Count evens at 1-1. Yeah, Lancaster got a big out in that first inning when he labored with those walks. If not, it could have been more slanted than a 2-1 score. The pitch, fastball rides upstairs. It's 2-1 to right-handed hitting Jack McCray. Lancaster kicks and fires. A strike, belt high. Upper part of the strike zone. It's 2-2. Good looking pitch there by Lancaster. 2 balls, 2 strikes. He's got a couple of strikeouts already. The pitch swung on and grounded into left field for a base hit beyond the diving Tanner Ludgate. And Berthoud has their 3rd hit of the game, matching Brush's total. That'll bring up Toby Fraley. He hit that line drive that was dropped by Proctor, and it scored the go-ahead run. Short lead at first for McCray. Lancaster delivers. Up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Hasn't found the middle of the plate too much. By the way, the Bee Diggers are going to be very busy next week. Bennett's on Monday. Then we'll have the Tuesday and Wednesday games against Liberty Common and Brush, and then Wednesday in Keensburg against Weld Central. 1-0. Swung on and fisted into shallow right field for a base hit. And stopping at second is McCray. That's a base hit for Toby Fraley. The ball was not hit hard at all, but in the perfect spot. And here comes Mosher, who walked in his first plate appearance. Bee Diggers want to keep this at a 2-1 game, considering that they're really struggling against the right-hander Adam Hayes. Hayes has struck out 6 already. Lancaster to the plate, way outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Bee Diggers looking for something on the ground. Maybe they can turn 2. This is a young infield, though. Needs something ideal. The offering. Fastball rides up and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Through 61 pitches, Lancaster has 32 strikes and 29 balls. Wants to improve that ratio just a bit. 2-0. Looking in the offering. Swung on and lifted into shallow left center field. And who's going to spot that? Proctor goes back, makes the catch. Runner tagged from second, and the throw to third, the slide, and late. Both runners tagged up. 2 down and 2 runners in scoring position as Mosher's retired. And that ball had some carry to it, without a doubt. Here is Trent Jacobs, who struck out with the bases loaded. Got to get this guy out of your brush. Left-handed hitter. Lancaster ready, middle of the rubber with the right foot. He turns and fires. Tails away. Bank of Colorado believes in keeping things simple. Apply for the loan you need for your dream home fully online at bankofcolorado.com. 1 ball, no strikes. Lancaster to Jacobs. Swung on and grounded right side. Ortiz backhands it, and he'll race to first for the out. Excellent play by the Bee Digger first baseman. And Berthoud strands 2 runners in scoring position. No runs on 2 hits. And 2 left. We played 3 innings from Jack Summerfield and Berthoud. The score, it's Berthoud 2, Brush 1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Nate Tyne will lead off for the Bee Diggers in the 4th inning, trailing Berthoud 2-1. Tyne had the RBI single in the first inning. Baseball movie quote for him from the Bad News Bears, 1976. Hey, Yankees, take your apology and your trophy. And then it continues from there, but we have to keep it clean. And again, we've got a few candidates already. We'll have the final 3. And then the Bee Digger baseball movie quote of the game. That's the way you would title the email. Bee Digger baseball movie quote for a chance to win a complimentary hot dog at a future game. Swing and a miss. Adam Hayes with 6 strikeouts in the game. But Tyne got his base hit on an 0-2 pitch. The offering. And check swing, but he's going to, they say he went on a fastball above the letters. It's 0-2. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. That was quick. Yeah, Tom Odell's not sure about that either. Yeah, I mean, he moved the bat, but I don't know if it went through the strike zone. Berthoud scored there 2 runs in the first inning, and Brush scored theirs in the first. The pitch upstairs with a fastball. Tried that same spot, but Tyne did not budge. A ball and 2 strikes to senior Nate Tyne. The pitch. Breaking ball is fouled off. Nice job of keeping his hands back. It is Tyne, Ludgate, and Lancaster in this top of the 4th inning for the Bee Diggers. Adam Hayes with the offering. Swung on and fouled. Yeah, not easy to throw a fastball. See, that's what Hayes tried to do in the first inning. Tried to sneak a fastball by Tyne in an 0-2, and he drilled it right up the middle. The kick of the pitch. Swung on. That ball's drilled high and deep into right field, way back towards the track. It's going to be caught. That had a lot of overspin, and Wyatt Barnes makes the play. Yeah, that thing had a ton of either topspin or overspin, almost like a Freddie Freeman type of hit. And it just descended into the glove and didn't have that necessary carry. It just dropped into the glove of Barnes. 1 down for Ludgate. 0 for 1, the pitch. Swing and a miss and a fastball up in the zone. Now his movie quote from The Natural. Pick me out a winner, Bobby. No balls and 1 strike to Ludgate. And the offering. Breaking ball is right there down the middle at the knees. It's 0-2. And Adam Hayes is working quickly. And this guy's been a strike-throwing machine. 39 strikes and 12 balls through 3 1/3 innings. The pitch. That is a called strike 3. Fastball down the middle at the knees. Strikeout number 7 for Adam Hayes. 2 down. Here is Joshua Lancaster from Field of Dreams. Hey, Dad, you want to have a catch. Let's see if that lands. In order to make the final baseball movie quote of the game, you've got to come up with a play. You got to come up with a big play. Either a base hit or something defensively. Swing and a miss. He is just throwing gas right now. No balls and 1 strike to Lancaster. Adam Hayes to the plate. Swinging a foul tip into the glove of Kuntz. And it is 0-2. This guy's not messing around. He is going right after the Bee Diggers. 2 down and the base is empty in the fourth. Laying down the sign is Kuntz. 0-2 pitch. Fouled off the catcher. Count remains at 0-2. Yeah, the Bee Diggers want to make sure they don't use up a lot of pitching in this game with all of the games they have to play next week. They could have a rainout next Saturday. Doesn't look good for Saturday against Tinmouth at home. But they're not worried about that. They've got to get through today's game and then next week with 3. No balls and 2 strikes to Lancaster. The offering. Fastball is low. A ball and 2 strikes. Let's see if Josh can put some good aluminum on it. Breaking ball is fouled off to the left. Here's the thing, what's even more impressive is that Hayes has not walked a batter. Really hasn't come close. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and the base is empty. And the offering swung on and fouled again. Nice job of Lancaster staying alive. It'll remain at 1-2 to the senior left-handed hitter. Again, Kuntz lays down the sign and the pitch. And that one bounces to the screen on a breaking ball. Count moves to 2-2. The Bee Diggers went up 1-0 on Nate Tynes' RBI single in the first inning following, well, it was preceded by Ty Griffith's triple. Berthoud scored 2 runs in the bottom of the first. Adam Hayes with a sac fly, then a Bee Digger error plated the second run. Here we go again at 2-2. Lancaster awaits, and here it is. Foul to the backstop. Man, this is a battle. This will be the 9th pitch of the plate appearance. This is almost about 15% of the pitches Hayes has thrown in the entire game. Here it is. Swung on line towards left center field. A dive, and it's off the glove of the center fielder Fraley. Around first is Lancaster. Hold up right there. Nice job of Wakeman getting over there, but it's a base hit for Joshua Lancaster. Well, that lands him on the list because that was a heck of an at-bat. Hunter Proctor struck out looking his first time up. He will now step in for the Bee Diggers. Let's see his movie quote from Bull Durham. The only church that truly feeds a soul day in and day out is baseball. Pitches a ball. The church of baseball. 1 ball and no strikes. Again, we'll have a final 3. And that's a strike at the knees. Count is level at 1-1 to Proctor. 2-1 Berthoud. In the fourth, swing and a miss at a ball in the outer half. Kind of pulled himself a little bit towards left field. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Let's see, Hunter's got to go the other way if this right-hander Hayes is keeping it the other way. The offering, swing and a miss through the fastball right there, letter high. And it's a strikeout, and the inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a man left. 3 1/2 innings are in the books. Berthoud leads at home over Brush, 2-1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Caleb Jimenez is the new pitcher for the Bee Diggers. It's a 2-1 lead for Berthoud in the bottom of the fourth inning. Bee Digger quote defensively from a baseball movie from A League of Their Own. There's no crying in baseball. It's one of the top baseball movie quotes of all time. And again, you land on perhaps the final 3 for any Bee Digger who comes up with a big hit or something to that degree defensively. It's only 1 movie quote assigned and when you're on the defensive side. Jimenez, the right-hander, in relief of Lancaster. This is 1010 KSIR, Brush, Fort Morgan, Waldona. We're on the TuneIn app at KSIR.com. And for Berthoud, 9-1-2. Brandon Wageman, Landon Kuntz, and Wyatt Barmas. A base hit his first time up for Wageman. The pitch. That fastball rides upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Tying on the edge of the grass at third. The offering, that's up and in. Well, you can close the book on Lancaster. 3 innings through 64 pitches. 2 runs, only 1 earned. 3 walks, 4 hits, and 2 strikeouts. The offering. That is a strike on the outside corner. Letter high. 2 balls and 1 strike. All the runs in this game were scored in the first inning. And the pitch. Swung on and popped foul. Not a play off to the left. Count goes to 2-2. Yeah, you got to get, certainly if you get Wageman out, then you've got some really tough hitters coming up. The offering. Swung on and foul. Went with a breaking ball. Fouled it to the backstop. Count remains at 2-2 to the number 9 hitter in this Berthoud lineup, who got a base hit his first time up. 2 runs on 4 hits for Berthoud, a run on 4 hits for Brush, but they've committed the game's only error, which is the difference in the game. Griffith lays down the sign, and stepping out is the left fielder, Wageman. Settling back in. And Jimenez to the plate. Swung on line, base hit into right center field. That's the way this bottom of the 4th inning starts. The 5th hit for Berthoud, and their number 9 hitter is 2 for 2. And here is Landon Kuntz, who is grounded out and struck out. 0 for 2 in the game. This is the opportunity Berthoud is looking for to try to extend the lead, especially with a fresh pitcher for Brush. At the belt, the pitch. Fastball, a strike on the outside corner, thigh high, and it's 0-1. It's a nice lead there for Wageman, a good 2.5 to 3 steps. Let's see if he takes off. Nope. Swung on and fouled on the breaking ball. And they counted 0-2. Oh, Brush pitching has been pretty good this year. It's just the hitting that is not caught up. No balls, 2 strikes. Stretch by Jimenez. The pitch. Swung on and grounded to second. Odo on a knee will throw to first for the out. To second is Wageman, 1 down. Yeah, I think that was the right play. That ball took a little while to get there, and Odo was not going to take a chance. Barmas is 1 for 2, tripled and popped out. And that's all you're asking these B-digger pitchers to do. Throw strikes. And then leave it up to the defense. Griffith again lays down that sign. The offering. Strike on the outer half with a fastball. Just above the knees, it's 0-1. Let's see, we hit 60 degrees. It was 58 at first pitch. And now the offering, breaking ball inside where it's 61 degrees, so it's as pleasant as it can get. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on, a 1-run lead for Berthoud in the bottom of the 4th inning. At the belt, the pitch. Swung on and grounded to third, and that is a fair ball. And now Tyne's going to run the runner back to second, and the tag applied by Odell for the out. And Wageman is taken out at second base. That's going to go fielder's choice, 5-4, 2 down. And the hitter will be at first base. Good defensive play there by Nate Tyne. That'll send up Adam Hayes. That's a good play. It won't make the list, even though that was a solid play. He made the right play. Yeah, some of them won't make the final 3. And we have a balk. Yeah, apparently Jimenez did not come to a stop. So that balk is going to send the runner to second and into scoring position. Hayes has hit the ball well twice. He sacked to center, then lined to center. RBI opportunity to help his own cause. With 2 down and a 1-run lead for Berthoud in the bottom of the 4th inning. The pitch swung on and lifted into right center field. That's going to be a long run, and that's going to be caught in the gap. Caught to his right by Cale Stegner. Excellent pitch by Jimenez. And the B-Diggers get out of a mini jam. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left in scoring position. 4 innings are complete in Berthoud. It's Berthoud 2, Brush 1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. It was 2-1 after 1 inning. Now it's 2-1 going into the 5th inning. Berthoud leads Brush and Berthoud. Landon Mesh will lead off for the B-Diggers against right-hander Adam Hayes. His movie quote from Major League, "This guy here is dead." That's when they were looking over the roster of the Cleveland Indians back then. The pitch swung on line foul, fisted foul off to the left side. Mesh struck out swinging his first time up. And that is one of 8 strikeouts recorded by Hayes. Breaking ball is in the dirt. Count levels at 1-1. Mesh, Ortiz, and Stegner in the top of the 5th inning for the B-Diggers. The pitch. That bounced in. 2-1. Adam Hayes has thrown 68 pitches, 3-1 strike to ball ratio, 51 strikes, 17 balls. So he's going to be all over that strike zone. And the offering. That is down and in. He has not walked a hitter either, but he's 1 pitch away from doing that. 3-1 to Landon Mesh. 7, 8, and 9 for Brush in the top half of the 5th inning. The kick and the pitch, and he walked him down and in. Good start there for the B-Diggers, and here's Edgar Ortiz. His movie quote from Moneyball, "It's incredibly hard," talking about playing first base. And this is perfect for him because he's the first baseman. It's when they tried to recruit the character played by Chris Pratt, Scott Hatterberg, to play first base, and they said it's incredibly hard. Conversation between Kuntz and Hayes is broken up. Edgar Ortiz struck out looking. Oh, check that. No. We got, no, this is Jimenez. Check that. This is Jimenez who will hit in this spot. The pitcher. The offering. Inside. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, Stegner's on deck, so that was the change made. So Jimenez in this spot for Brush. And that's in there for a strike on the inner half. 1 ball and 1 strike. Berthoud 2, Brush 1, top of the 5th inning. In Berthoud. The stretch by Hayes at the belt. The offering. Fouled. Off to the right, it's 1-2. This is good, solid baseball. Quick baseball. I've always said there's nothing better than good baseball and nothing worse than bad when you have walks and errors, but this has been solid. The game's moving along. The pitch, swing and a miss, up and in. Jimenez strikes out on a pitch that would have been ball 2, and that's strikeout number 9 for Adam Hayes. Stegner's movie quote from The Sandlot, "You're killing me, Smalls," and yesterday was the 30-year anniversary of that movie. Let's see if Stegner can deliver. He struck out his first time up, swing and a miss. You're not going to hit that pitch. That is up and in with tons of movement. Got to lay off that one. No balls and a strike. Brush's best hitter, Ty Griffith, is on deck. The offering. That is grounded right side and played there by the first baseman, Jacobs. He'll step on the bag. Runner goes to second, 2 down. Well, if you're Berthoud, I wouldn't even pitch to Griffith. I would walk him intentionally. There's no reason to pitch to him. And let's see what they decide to do. Yeah, that's the right play. You don't pitch to Griffith. That is the smart play. I mean, B-Digger fans don't like it, but why pitch to the best hitter? Now you face Odell. So his move, we quote, none for Griffith since he did not have an at-bat, will be just a bit outside from Major League. Odell has struck out and grounded to the mound. 0 for 2. 2 on, 2 out. In the top of the fifth inning, Berthoud leads Brush 2-1. The pitch, and that's off the glove of Kuntz, and the runners will advance. It'll be a pass ball. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. He's caught a very good game, but he just dropped. He missed that one. 2 runners in scoring position for Odell. What a huge opportunity now. A base hit could give the B-Diggers the lead in the fifth inning. Adam Hayes steps off. Now ready, 1 ball and no strikes. Out of the windup and the pitch. Fisted foul. And again, that ball's riding in on the hitter. He can't swing at that one. I mean, that's a tough pitch to make contact against. 1 ball and 1 strike. Odell's looking for something fat over the plate. And the offering. That's a strike. Beautiful fastball on the outer half at the knees from Adam Hayes. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Percy Odell. Hayes ready. The pitch. Swung on and grounded right back to the mound. I'm not sure why he looked over at third. No reason to look at third for Hayes, especially with 2 down, but he retires Odell on the throw to first, and the B-Diggers strand 2 runners in scoring position. 4.5 innings have been played. Berthoud 2, Brush 1. This is 1010 KSIR. We're on the TuneIn app at KSIR.com and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Well, it's the story so far this young season for the B-Diggers. The pitching has been there, but they trail 2-1 in the bottom of the fifth inning in Berthoud. Let's see, lollygaggers from Bull Durham will be the defensive quote for this half inning for the B-Diggers. And he'll send up Connor Jorison, who is 0 for 2. He walked and flew to right, followed by McCray and Fraley. Second inning of work for Caleb Jimenez. And the first pitch of the bottom of the fifth inning is way outside. A ball and no strikes. Jorison looking for his first hit of the game. The offering. Oh, boy, that bender a mile outside of the screen. It's 2-0. B-Diggers had their best chance earlier this frame with 2 in scoring position, but could not deliver. And the 2-0. That's a strike riding inside there on the corner to Connor Jorison. 2 balls and 1 strike. Jimenez turns and fires inside with a fastball. 3-1. Well, Hayes walked the leadoff hitter in the top of the fifth inning, but he was able to get out of it. Jimenez does not want to face that same prospect in the bottom of the fifth. 3-1 pitch, and that is inside. That's exactly what he's done. And watch out because McCray has walked and singled. He is 1 for 1 on base twice. So now you've got to concern yourself with a runner. And that's a big, big lead. Throw back to first and up the first base side. As Lancaster was able to glove that over there. The stretch. The pitch on, just off the corner. Barely missed. 1 ball and no strikes. To Jack McCray. Again, nothing since the first inning. Brush scored a run in the top of the first. Berthoud with 2 in the bottom of the first. A huge lead there for Jorison. The pitch fouled off to the right. Well, they know that Griffith has a great arm. That's why they haven't taken off on him. In fact, it was Griffith himself who was thrown out trying to steal in the third inning. 1 ball, 1 strike. The offering. Breaking ball is up and away. 2-1 on Jack McCray. Toby Fraley's on deck. The pitch. That's upstairs again. Watch out. The Bead Diggers are going to dig themselves a huge hole if these free passes start occurring in this 5th inning. You're already down by only a run, but you don't want to make it worse. 3-1 to McCray. Jimenez delivers. Swung on and grounded for a base hit into left field beyond the diving Nate Tyne. Had to give in, down 3-1 in the count. And Berthoud now has 6 hits of the game. First and second. Here for Fraley. Well, let's see. Are they going to try to bunt? I mean, that's certainly a play here. Although he's reached in an air and singled. Might not be a bad play to manufacture a run and send these runners into scoring position. We'll see what Berthoud decides to do. With first and second, and Tyne is playing even with a bag at third. A bunt would be a good idea. The pitch popped foul, not a play. But again, since he's been on base twice, they're going to have him swing away, at least so far. A walk and a single to start the bottom of the 5th inning.
Go, Toby.
No balls and 1 strike to Fraley. The pitch, now he's squaring to bunt, but it's up and in on the breaking ball, and the count levels at 1-1. Whether you're a traditional or non-traditional student, you can look for an associate degree or specialized certificate. Visit njc.edu. Bead Diggers have got to be ready for the bunt in case he lays one down here. 1-1. The pitch swung on and lifted to center field. Hunter Proctor is going back, still going back, ranges under it, makes the catch. And tagging up is Jorison to third. No throw. At least just 1 throw, but that's cut off over there. And there's 1 down. Well, that basically accomplishes part of what a bunt would have done, except the trail runner stayed at first. 1 down for Elisha Mosher. Walked and popped out. And let's see what Brush is going to do here. They're down a run. You don't want to allow this runner to score from third, especially with all the offensive struggles they've had. But they're going to keep the infield back. Jimenez looks in for the sign. The pitch, up and in with a fastball. A ball and no strikes. Berthoud's second run was unearned. You don't want it to end that way. Runner goes to second. Foul tipped into the glove of Griffith. No throw, obviously. So now 2 in scoring position. And now the ball nearly got away. 1-1. All right, now the Bead Diggers have to bring the infield in. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on, 2-1 Berthoud in the bottom of the 5th inning. Jimenez with the offering. Breaking ball is backhanded by Griffith. 2 balls and 1 strike. Trent Jacobs is on deck. Big situation for Brush. Have to keep this at 2-1. 3-1 would be the extreme. Nothing more than that. And the offering. Swung on, grounded to third, and Tyne is going to have to go to the plate. The throw is low. The tag is applied, and out! At the plate is Jorison. On the fielder's choice, throw back to third. Safe. Over there is the trail runner, McCray. 2 down. That's the second time that Tyne has come up with a nice play. A very nice play and a critical play. That'll be scored 5-2, eliminating the lead runner at the plate. First and third, and Jacobs is 0 for 2. He struck out and grounded out. That was a good throw there, a little bit low, but I think it's better low because you know the runner's going to slide. That's going to make at least a final 5 there. The offering tailing away. 1 ball and no strikes to Trent Jacobs. B-Diggers looking to keep this at a 2-1 game. Jimenez stretches. And the pitch. Oh, that's upstairs. 2-0. You got to get this guy because Wagaman has been on base every time. Your on-deck hitter is the number 9 hitter, but he has been on base twice. 2-0 to the left-handed hitting Trent Jacobs. The offering. Strike with a tailing fastball on the outside corner. Ball 2, strike 1. Another big pitch coming up for Caleb Jimenez. Runners at the corners. And the offering. Swing and a miss. On a pitch on the outer half, it's 2-2. Well, Jimenez just needs that money pitch now to keep this at 2-1. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. The stretch by the right-hander. Runner goes. Fouled off the catcher, Griffith. Good pitch. And just got a piece of it there. So it stays at 2-2. To the left-handed hitting Jacobs. Griffith gets the sign from the dugout. Lays down the sign. Jimenez looking back at the trail runner at first. Takes off, steps off, and now they're going to have to throw towards third maybe. Jimenez throwing towards third. The slide, the tag, and out! Out at third base is McRae. They didn't want that runner to score on a potential rundown between first and second. And Jimenez picks off McRae. That's going to go 1-5. And Berthoud ran themselves into 2 outs. And that ends the threat. As we head to the 6th inning, Berthoud strands 1, Berthoud 2, Brush 1 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Let's head to the top of the 6th inning. Brush 2, Berthoud 1. The B-Diggers still trying to figure out Adam Hayes. The right-hander has struck out 9, allowed 4 hits, walked 2. Both of those walks were in the 5th inning. He's thrown 84 pitches. Nate Tyne, his movie quote, let's see, we got Tyne here, the pitch. Foul tipped into the glove of Kuntz. Will be for the movie A League of Their Own. The heart is what makes it great. Speaking of the sport of baseball. Tyne with an RBI single and then popped to right. Swung on. That ball is lined for a base hit into right field. On the 2nd pitch of the 6th inning from Nate Tyne. And that'll bring up Tanner Ludgate. B-Diggers trying to do anything to tie this game and manufacture a run. His movie quote from the movie Cobb, I ain't gonna die before the story is finished. Cobb was a 1994 movie, and he was played by Tommy Lee Jones. Ludgate has lots of speed. Lots of speed. The stretch, the pitch, swung on and popped foul and out of play. Got a pitch up in the zone. For the B-Diggers, they have 5 hits, 2 apiece from Griffith. And Nate Tyne, no balls and 1 strike. Tyne's got a pretty looking swing. He's had 3 good at-bats in this game. Squaring the bunt, and he missed it. Throw back to first, and now Tyne's going to be caught between first and second. The throw, now they're going to run him back to first to throw the slide, and he's going to be in there. It was cut off. It was cut off by Jacobs. He wasn't even there. There was some miscommunication. There were 2 fielders there. Jacobs was not back at the bag. Tyne did a great job with a head-first slide, and that's a botched play by the Spartans. They could have easily had him there. Let's see if Brush could take advantage. It is no balls and 2 strikes on Ludgate. Yeah, they had Tyne dead to rights, and they The play was just not made defensively. But Ludgate's going to have to swing away now. And the pitch is a strike. He's been rung up. Wow. Rung up on a pitch that looked like it was off the zone. Strikeout number 10 for Adam Hayes. One down for Lancaster. Struck out and singled. Throw back to first, back and diving is Tyne as Jacobs goes to the ground. Adam Hayes up to 89 pitches. You can throw up to 110. Bee Diggers have to get to that bullpen. Let's see what we got here. From the movie 42 for Lancaster, I don't think it matters what I believe, only what I do. Swung on, line down the left field line. That could be trouble to his right. Oh, nice catch is made over there by Wageman. He got a nice jump on that ball, 2 down. That's very good defensive play. It looked like that ball was going to be twisting towards the line, but it did not enough. And now, looks like Ben Metland is going to step in, a pinch hitter. His movie quote from the movie Field of Dreams: if you build it, he will come. That's the baseball movie quote here in the top of the 6th inning. 2-1 Berthoud. The inning began with a base hit from Nate Tyne, but he's still at first base, and the next 2 hitters have been retired. Adam Hayes at the belt. The pitch, fastball down the middle, strike 1. Pounding the strike zone is this right-hander. Hayes getting the sign. Throw back to first, and close play. Tyne back in diving, though. It's a solid base runner. Let's see what we've got here. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball. That was tailing into Ben Metland. No balls and 2 strikes. Adam Hayes can smell his 11th strikeout. Step off. I'm not sure why Hayes is worried about the runner now with 2 outs and a man at first, and he's overpowering Metland so far. You get this guy out, the runner doesn't matter. The pitch, down and away, 1-2. 93 pitches deep is Adam Hayes. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-1 Berthoud, top of the 6th inning. The pitch, swung on, line into shallow right field. That's going to drop for a base hit. Tyne around second. And then the ball gets away in shallow right field. They're going to send Tyne towards the plate. The throw, the slide, he's in there. And that's going to be an error in right field. It was misplayed in right field as Ben Metland comes through. Wyatt Barmas just misplayed it over there. No RBI, but the Bee Diggers have tied the game at 2. We've had 2 defensive miscues in the inning from Berthoud. One that certainly cost them. And Metland's going to make the list there based on what he just did. From that quote, if you build it, he will come. We'll have our 3 finalists. Although he didn't drive in the run, and that pitch is in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. The hitter's Landon Mesh. He struck out and walked. And what you've done is extend the pitch count, too. The offering. Swung on and fouled off to the left. 1-1. So Berthoud got their second run on a Bee Digger error, and the same thing just happened with Brush. That should have been first and third, but misplayed in right field, allowing Tyne to take the extra 90 feet. The offering, down and away. 2 balls and 1 strike. It's a brand new ball game now. As the Bee Diggers were stuck at a run since the first inning, but the game is now tied. The pitch, down and in. Landon Mesh has been walked already, and Hayes might be tiring a bit. He's approaching 100 pitches. It is 3 balls and 1 strike. Mesh will settle back into the box momentarily. At first is Metlin. 3-1, the offering. Swung on, popped up, foul territory, and that's over the dugout. Occupied by Berthoud on the third base side. And this has been an odd game. There's been nothing hit on the ground to second, short, or third by Brush. Nothing. 0. 3-2, so Metlin will be taking off with a pitch. Bee Diggers have 2 hits in the inning. Throw back to first, and back in diving right there is Ben Metlin. And Metlin did a great job of shortening up that swing to get the base hit to tie the game. That was an excellent piece of hitting. The offering swung on and grounded down the third base side. It'll stay fair. The long throw to first is going to be low. And is it dug out? Yes. Oh, dug out beautifully by Jacobs on a throw by Kettle. What a play there by Jacobs at first base on a ball that bounced in, and Jacobs went to his backside. But a tremendous defensive play. The Bee Diggers get a run. They do it on 2 hits. There was a huge error committed by Berthoud. And 1 left. To the bottom of the 6th we go. After the break, it's Brush 2, Berthoud 2 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. By the way, it was personally, I think we got hosed on that call, was the mesh one. And now for the Bee Diggers defensively, that's a strike. This is how we do business in Cleveland from the movie Moneyball. The other one that I mentioned was from the movie Major League. No balls and a strike to start the bottom of the 6th inning, and the pitch. Swing and a miss, and a ball tailing away. Let's see here. John Rottinghouse is the hitter. First appearance in the game for him for the left side. And the 0-2 to Rottinghouse is down and away. Nice pitch, nice location by Caleb Jimenez. Brand new ball game after the Bee Diggers tied it. In the top of the 6th inning, we're in the bottom of the 6th. Jimenez with a pitch. Foul to the backstop. Count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. A run in the first, 1 in the 6th for Brush, 2 in the first for Berthoud. Righty against lefty. Jimenez delivers. Swung on line. Base hit inside the left field line. And that one's twisting towards the corner. Rottinghouse around first. And he's into second as Eicher chases it down. A beautiful job of going the other way on a 1-2 pitch by Rottinghouse. Here is Brandon Wegeman, who singled twice, and now you have to believe. You have to believe, as Caleb Lettieri is going to be the courtesy runner at second. You got to believe they're going to put on a bunt here, especially with Kuntz on deck. I think the Bee Diggers have got to be ready for it now for sure, especially since this is your 9-hitter. Runner at second, nobody out. Berthoud is looking to go back out on top. The offering squaring to bunt, and it's popped foul off to the right on a pitch that was down and in. No balls and 1 strike. Man, that's a good piece of hitting. What a piece of hitting that was. You go the other way after he was overmatched on the first 2 pitches. But that's all it takes, 1 good swing. One-stop shopping does exist at Stubbs Gas and Oil off I-76 and exit 66A in Wiggins. All your gas, food, and travel accessories. No balls and 1 strike. They might keep the bunt on. The pitch, breaking ball is up and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. If you're the Bee Diggers, you want a pop-up or a strikeout, of course, to keep the runner at second. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brush 2, Berthoud 2, bottom of the 6th inning. Jimenez at the belt. Jimenez to the plate. Swing and a miss, threw it right by him. And that's exactly why you keep the bunt on. See, now you can't bunt your number 9 hitter because he's down in the count. Well, that's the risk you take. 1-2. But Wegeman has been on base twice, so he's been productive today for Berthoud. Rottinghouse off of second. Jimenez looking back. The offering. Curveball called strike three. A gorgeous pitch on the inside corner. Oh, man, a tremendous pitch that froze the right-handed hitter. One down in the bottom of the sixth inning. Yeah, you can't spot that much better. Here's Landon Kuntz. And he's due. He's grounded out twice and struck out, and he's a left-handed hitter. You got to watch out on the right side. Percy Odell, the Brush second baseman, is really playing towards the bag. He's going to have to get in that hole to pitch. Outside on a ball tailing away. 1 ball and no strikes to Landon Kuntz, the Berthoud catcher. The lead at second. About a good 4 or 5 steps there for Rottinghouse. Jimenez. Well, somebody's going to call time here. Well, not yet. Now there is time called. Yeah. 1-0 to Landon Kuntz. Caleb Jimenez to the plate. Way outside with a fastball. You do have a base open. It is 2-0. Great ball game so far. Brush had a very brief lead when Berthoud scored 2 runs in the bottom of the first inning. 2 balls and no strikes. The pitch swung on and fouled off to the left on a fastball tailing in. Count is at 2-1. The Bee Diggers are coming off a 1-run victory against Prospect Ridge, their first victory of the season on Thursday, trying to make it 2 in a row, but in a little bit of a hole right now. Berthoud with a runner in scoring position. The offering. Breaking ball's a strike on the inner half. Thigh high, it's 2-2. Quality pitch from Jimenez. Lead off of second, that's Lettieri. I had the wrong runner there after the courtesy runner there. Lettieri at second. And the pitch swung on, that's grounded right to the pitcher. The throw to third, the slide, and out! Oh, no, he dropped the ball. Nope, it's going to be dropped the ball. He's going to be safe. The throw beat him there. But you always want to get the, that's going to be, it's just going to go as a fielder's choice. You cannot assume the out, even though he was called out. And now first and third. Yeah, that's a tough play. They probably should have gone to first. That's a bang-bang play, and that's a very tough on the third baseman, Tyne, as the runner was, Lettieri was barreling in on an excellent slide. And now here is Wyatt Barmas, who has tripled, popped out, and hit into a fielder's choice. I'm surprised the Bee Diggers aren't playing the infield in. There's only 1 out in the bottom of the sixth inning. I mean, anything on the ground except the third base is going to score a run or to the mound. The offering squaring to bunt, and it's laid down third base side. And now the throw's going to be to the plate. Did he tag him? No. Oh, the ball is dislodged from the glove. Jimenez went to tag the runner going by, and the ball came out of his glove. Another fielder's choice. A run scores, and it's 3-2. Man, Lettieri was some good base running there. It looked like he tagged him, but the ball did not stay in the glove. And just a crazy half inning so far for Brush. He had no play at first, so it's really, well, we could be scored a base hit, but boy, if the tag is made, he would have been out. Now first and second, and the Bee Diggers down by a run. Oh, that's just too bad. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball swung on and driven in the air to right field. Stegner to his right. He makes the catch. No tag as Hayes is retired. He's now 0 for 3. Man, that is too bad. If Jimenez, 2 hitters ago, just throws to first, that's 2 outs and a runner at third, and then you don't have a bunt situation. Well, Jorison is looking to drive in an insurance run. He has walked twice, and he's flown to right. The inning began with a double by Rottinghouse. The pitch. Fastball is a strike, top of the zone at the letters 0-1. Wow. Tough for the Bee Diggers if they lose in that fashion. He had the runner going by and applied the tag, but again, it did not stay in the glove. The offering. Breaking ball, line towards center field. Proctor's coming on, and it's going to be a base hit that will score a fourth run. Throw to the plate is going to be cut off. It's an RBI single for Jorison as Kuntz crosses home plate, and Berthoud has an insurance run. It is now 4-2 to second base is Wyatt Barmas. Here's Jack McCray, who's been on base all 3 times, a walk and 2 singles. The Bee Diggers will now have to rally down at least 2 when they go to bat in the 7th inning. The stretch. Oh no. He turned, but there was nobody there. Odell was in the area. Well, let's see what Jimenez can do here. The breaking ball's a strike. No balls and 1 strike. There are 2 down, but Berthoud has 2 across in the inning. And they've got the 4-2 lead. We'll have our Bee Digger baseball movie quarter of the game. Swung on line. That could be trouble. Stegner to his left. That's going to drop for a base hit. That's going to score at least 1 run as the ball is picked up in the corner. They send the trail runner around third. The throw to the plate to slide in there. It'll be a 2-run double as advancing to third is Jack McCray, and Berthoud now has a 6-2 lead. He lined that beautifully down the right field line. And so it scored a double because McCray went to third on the throw home. But it is a 2-run double. Here's Toby Fraley. 3 of the 4 runs have been scored with 2 outs. The pitch. Swing and a miss on a fastball. No balls and 1 strike. To the right-handed hitting Fraley. He is 1 for 3. The offering. Low. Count levels at 1-1. Here's the kick and the pitch. Fastball rides up and in. Just got to get this last out. Throw back to third and close. But back diving is McCray. He's had a huge game, on base 4 times, and just delivered a back-breaking 2-run double. 2 balls and 1 strike to pitch. Bounces in, and it gets through Griffith. McCray will score on the wild pitch. 7-2 Berthoud. And now this final score could look like it's not even a competitive game, but it was a 2-2 game in the bottom of the 6th inning. But Berthoud has tallied 5 runs. And now it's 3-1 on Fraley. The offering. Down and away, it's a walk. And this will be the 9th hitter of the inning. 5 have scored, 2 have been retired, and 1 is at first base. Mosher has walked, popped out, and grounded into that fielder's choice that eliminated a base runner at the plate. The stretch and the pitch. That's outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, this final out seems like it's taking forever, but Berthoud is not, they're not going to go away here. They're going to make the Bee Diggers earn it. The pitch, and that one, did it hit him? It looked like it hit the batter, and it certainly did, right around the left hand. It's a hit batter. And now Jacobs, who was slated to hit in this spot to begin the inning, but Rottinghouse hit instead, is now going to be the hitter. Trent Jacobs is 0 for 2, struck out and grounded out. And looks like we're going to have a new pitcher. Let's take a break. Bottom of the 6th inning. Berthoud 6, Brush 2. 7, Brush 2, 7-2 Berthoud on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The new pitcher is Keaton Gillick for the Bee Diggers, trailing 7-2. 10th hitter of the inning for Berthoud in the bottom of the 6th inning. with runners at first and second, 2 down, and this is Trent Jacobs, again 0 for 2. And the pitch swung on and grounded to short. Ludgate has the ball play off his glove on an easy hop. He didn't look it in. That's an error. And the bases are loaded. That's a routine play. And somehow Ludgate didn't look it in. That extends the inning for Wagaman, who has singled twice and struck out. He struck out in this inning. Now the B-Diggers are falling apart a bit. The pitch down and away by Gillick. Yeah, got to have that defense here, and the B-Diggers have struggled defensively in this inning. The bouncer to the mound that was thrown to third and would have been out. That could have really shortened this inning. The pitch fouled off the end of the bat on the right side. The count levels at 1-1 to Brandon Wagaman. But again, this is a young Brush team. And when you have that level of inexperience, those mistakes, especially early on in the season, are going to occur. Bases loaded. 1-1 pitch. Swung on, pop, foul, and had a play off to the right. And the count is at 1-2 to Wagaman. The wind begins to kick up a bit, but hasn't been a factor in the game at all. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. And did he go? I think he did, yep. And Griffith applies the tag to Wagaman. He strikes him out, does Keaton Gillick. And that does it. However, Berthoud does the damage. 5 runs, 4 hits, couple of errors, and the bases were left loaded. Let's head to the 7th. Berthoud 7, Brush 2. This is 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. The B-Diggers trail Berthoud 7-2. Stay tuned for the B-Digger baseball movie quote of the game. We'll have the top 3, and then you can participate. Send me an email, john@necolorado.com, for a courtesy of yours truly, a complimentary hot dog at a future game. You'll have to give me the baseball movie, the movie quote, the B-Digger baseball player attributed to that quote, and your name. 4 things, pretty simple. Okay, for this hitter from Major League, boy, how can these guys lay off pitches that close? This will be Keaton Gillick hitting in this spot to lead off the 7th. Adam Hayes unofficially has thrown 96 pitches, so he could go the distance. The offering, fastball, wow, that's a strike. Let's call the game right here. That thing is that's too low. And the offering swung on and foul back. Count is at 0-2. We'll have the Advanced Agri Solutions post-game show coming up momentarily. No balls and 2 strikes. The offering down and away. Ball 1, strike 2. Adam Hayes has struck out 10 in the game. The right-hander, pitch number 100. Breaking ball is up and in. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Berthoud scored 5 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch, swing and a miss, and a fastball above the letters. Gillick strikes out, 1 down. All right, now the baseball movie quote here for Cale Stegner will come from 8 man out. Come on, Buck, sit down. Nobody's interested in your batting average. That's the baseball movie quote for this hitter. And again, the top 3 are coming up. And it's not necessarily on the best swing or anything like that. It's subjective like everything else. The pitch, swing and a miss. Stegner has struck out and grounded out. And it's not based if a guy had 2 or 3 hits in the game. It's single plays only. Here's the offering. Swung on, fouled off to the right. And we do have about 7 or 8 candidates, but we'll have the top 3. Oh and 2, the pitch, up and in. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hayes still has a few pitches to play with before they have to remove him, unless he gets the B-Diggers out quickly. And the offering, Curveball called strike 3 in the inner half. That was a thing of beauty. Stegner strikes out. 2 down. Ty Griffith, the movie quote from the Sandlot, some lady named Ruth, Baby Ruth. Griffith has triple-doubled and been intentionally walked. Had a big game as Ty Griffith. Sitting at 2 for 2. The pitch. Breaking ball is upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. He can finish off this hitter. If Hayes does not retire Griffith, they're going to have to take him out of the game. Unless he gets a swing here, one of the next 2 or 3 pitches, and that one bounces to the screen. 2 balls and no strikes. But this has been a great performance from Hayes. 76 strikes, 31 balls. And he has allowed 6 hits and struck out a dozen. 2 balls, no strikes to Ty Griffith. Kick in the pitch. Fastball, a strike. 2-1. Griffith awaiting. And the offering. Swung on, line towards center field. That's a base hit for Ty Griffith. And he's now 3 for 3. 7th hit for Brush. Well, he's at 109. I think they can, let's see if they're going to take him out. Yeah, he's at 109 unofficially. You could legitimately face this hitter and then work through 110. But I think, let's see. Yeah, they were checking his pitch count. But at 109, he can face Percy Odell. And that's what's going to happen. That is exactly what is going to happen here. Percy Odell will now step in. The stretch and the pitch. Swung on, pop foul and out of play. Odell is grounded out twice and struck out. He's 0 for 3. Yeah, Buddy did a nice job checking that pitch count over there. The pitch swung on, that's grounded slowly to short. Jorson charges, steps, throws to first, and the game is over as the Berthoud Spartans have defeated the Brush Bee Diggers in Berthoud by a score of 7-2. By the way, I should have mentioned there that the baseball movie quote, what they love this club here in Cleveland, from the movie Major League for the Percy Odell at bat. All right, we'll take a break. Then we'll get to our final 3. Our 3 baseball movie quotes, and the number 1 where fans can participate and then get a complimentary hot dog, complimentary from me, based on a future game. Berthoud 7, Brush 2 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. John Beltran back with you in Berthoud. The Berthoud Spartans have defeated the Brush Bee Diggers by a score of 7-2. As the Bee Digger post-game show is brought to you by Advanced Agri Solutions. Get a full plan of seed, food, and water for your field. Now is the time to begin your planning for next year's growing season. Call Dusty or Roxy, 970-571-2024. That is Advanced Agri Solutions. Berthoud was 7 runs on 10 hits, 1 error, 11 left on base. The Bee Diggers 2 runs, 7 hits, 3 errors, 6 left on base. The winning pitcher going the distance with 12 strikeouts was Adam Hayes. The loss went to Caleb Jimenez. Time of the game, 2 hours and 1 minute. The Bee Diggers got an RBI single from Nate Tyne in the first inning, but Berthoud countered with a couple of runs, a second scoring, and an error to make it 2-1. And then Brush tied the game on a base hit and an error. Matlin with a base hit in the top of the 6th inning, misplayed in the outfield, but Berthoud came back. The Bee Diggers made a couple of mistakes defensively. In the bottom of the 6th inning, Caleb Jimenez trying to apply a tag on the runner going to the plate from third base on a ball that was bunted, and the ball was dislodged from the glove of Jimenez. That would score. Caleb Letary making it 3-2, and then an RBI single from Connor Jorson made it 4-2. Jack McCray had a 2-run double. Berthoud tacked on another run as they move to 3-4, and the Bee Diggers fall to 1-5 on the season. Now, here's going to be the top three, and you might say, well, those are the three best plays. We had some good defensive plays, but these are the top three, and here's all you have to do. You send an email to john@necolorado.com, JOHN at NE, like northeastcolorado.com, for the number one baseball movie quote of this game. I need the player, your name, and then the movie and the movie quote. So here we go at number 3. This is not the one. Number 3, Ty Griffith's triple. To begin the game, pride of the Yankees. Today I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of the earth. I gave that at number 3. Number 2, let's see, where's the number 2 here? I had, number 2 is going to be Nate Tynes' RBI single from Field of Dreams. You guys are guests in my corn. And again, I know Griffith had 3 hits and Tyne had 2. But considering the magnitude of the situation and the game, the Bee Digger baseball movie quote is also from Field of Dreams. This will be the winner. Ben Metlin. If you build it, he will come. With that RBI, it wasn't an RBI, but it was a 2-strike pitch, ball tailing in on a young hitter. And he came through in the clutch in the top of the 6th inning. So all you have to do, you send an email, JOHN, john@necolorado.com. Your name, Ben Metlin's name, the movie Field of Dreams, and the quote, if you build it, he will come. And at a future Bee Digger game, I'll take care of you with a complimentary hot dog. So that's the Bee Digger baseball movie quote. You can title it Bee Digger baseball movie quote. The Bee Diggers are back in action coming up on Monday against Bennett. We'll have the Tuesday and Wednesday games. Tuesday at home against Liberty Common and Wednesday on the road against Weld Central. I'm John Beltran. The final score once again from Jack Summers Field at Berthoud High School. Berthoud 7, Brush 2 on 1010 KSIR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.